What's up, traders? This is Andrew O'Connell with Pristine Capital coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is November 8th, 2021. Please go ahead and click the like button on this video. Also subscribe to the channel, that way you don't miss any future videos. Today we're going to talk about the market action. We're going to look at the price action. We're going to look at some of my trades, look at my trading report card for today. Before we get into all that, quick risk disclaimer: nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan, your own risk parameters, and last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account to any one of my trades or anyone's trades for that matter. All right, let's dive in, team. All right, so let's check it out. Box scores for today. We had the S&P 500 finishing up 0.09%. We had the NASDAQ QQQ, our big loser for today. Markets in turmoil. It was down 0.13%. We had the IWM small caps finishing up 0.29%. At one point, the small caps were up over 1%. So big move off the highs for the small caps. I took some more targets on my IWM calls, which was awesome. And then we had the Dow Jones finishing up 0.26%, one of the leaders for today. This is what was very odd, team. This is what you really need to be focused on. So the volatility for all of these indices continues to climb. We had the VIX, which is the volatility index for the S&P 500, closed up 4.07%. And it is always noteworthy when we start to see the market rising and the volatility rising alongside of it. That is a very clear signal that something is going on here. So I do have a process for handling when this occurs, and I share that with Pristine Capital members. I have a model that I built. So this shouldn't be, anything that we can't handle, but it's definitely something where, if you are a trader and you're in the markets day in and day out and you're watching all the price action as it's unfolding, one of the things I noticed with a lot of traders, especially the ones that are kind of struggling a bit, is they'll see things happening that are different than what they've been seeing, but then they still continue to operate in the same exact way in the market. So it's like, if you're, let's say you're walking across the street, you go to walk across the street, but let's say you see a car, you're not going to continue to walk across the street, right? If you think the car is going to come in your path, you go, okay, I need to change course. I won't cross the street now. I need to make an adjustment. Most traders, what they do is they see the car coming and they still walk out right in front of it. So to me, this is kind of like, hey, I see that car coming over there. Maybe I shouldn't, keep just aggressively moving towards it. Then breadth, we can also see we had mixed breadth. So again, market is rallying, but we had negative breadth in 2 out of 4 of these indices. And the small caps were our best performer today, and we had negative breadth on those small caps. So definitely seems like there might be some distribution going on in the market for sure. Finviz Heat Map, we had Tesla finishing down 4.92%. Keep in mind, Tesla has been the bellwether of this really speculative advance in the market. Once you see the leader start to fall, that's when you should also, your ears should perk up. We're like animals in the forest. You hear that twig snap, you immediately look, see if there's danger. So yeah, Tesla down, definitely kind of interesting to see. But of course, we had Nvidia picking up the slack. It was up 3.56%. And then other than that, very mixed action. You can see we had profit taking in certain areas of the market. Consumer defensives, a lot of profit taking there. Some healthcare names, utilities. So yeah, very mixed day of price action. Taking a look at our sectors, we had blockchain assets finishing up 4.77%. Let's take a look at our crypto assets, team. Let's bring it in for the real thing. We've been bullish crypto for a long time, and we are finally getting our just desserts. We're finally getting our payoff. No, not really. This is really just like the beginning of the rally. So Bitcoin, check it out, everyone. This is awesome. Right now it's 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'm recording this video a little bit late, but look at this. We're trading at a new all-time high. I'm just adding my key moving averages here. You'll have to excuse me for a second. I don't know why Finviz defaults to these EMAs, and I want SMAs on my thing. But yeah, pretty clearly we can see here that we're trading. Yes, we are trading out to a fresh all-time high. And what I love about this setup was that we had a vicious tear up to these highs. And of course, what happens is you get the move to the highs. We know, since we're price action traders, that we actually prefer to get a pullback and a consolidation, because that's where, you don't have a parabolic advance. You have some price structure that's built out. We gave all these buyers that bought in at the prior high a chance to exit, all those nervous Nellies. And now we can actually move to the upside. Check out this weekly chart. This looks awesome. We had 3 weeks of tight consolidation, and now we are moving out to new highs. So this is a great looking setup here. And look at Ethereum. Ethereum moved in advance of Bitcoin. So Ethereum looks even better than Bitcoin. The flippening coming to a theater near you. Now, who knows if it's actually going to flip, but I am more overweight Ethereum. I just love this asset. I think it's got a bright future. And yeah, it's looking really nice. It's just in a beautiful uptrend here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So yeah, all these blockchain assets are doing very well, and I'm heavily exposed to them. So look at this block. It's, look at the weekly chart for this as well. The block ETF is moving to new all-time highs in tandem with Bitcoin. It all makes sense. It all rhymes. It is all fractal. See, a really nice Hut 8 Mining, which is a stock that I am long. I had a big old call spread on in this name. I had the 10 by 12 call spread on for November 19th. I still have half of my position on the books, and I guess we're just going to jump into my trades right now, because why not? I ended up closing out half of that. So let's just pull this up, and we'll look at the trades for today. So I'm just going to pull this up over here. This is our Discord for Pristine Capital members. And there's all these channels here. This is, I have an options channel, and then we have a stocks channel as well. So let's take a look. I did trade my Hut 8 Mining. So I closed out another fourth of my Hut November 19th 10 by 12 call spreads for $1.77. I had paid 72 cents for these. This is a 3-star trade for me. This is, one of my biggest positions, and I had, about a 150% return on these. So this was, an awesome windfall for me. This one was great, and I gotta say, I'm just super grateful. These assets, they moved in this nice trend. It's awesome that it worked out. I'm down to the remaining half of my position, because at this point, I was looking at the position. We went through this in our afternoon webinar. Now with this trade marking at, I want to say like $1.75 for this call spread, I can only make 25 cents in the spread, but I could lose the entire $1.75. Granted, the likelihood of this going back below 12 over the next week and a half, it's pretty low, but could it happen? Absolutely. It certainly could. I've seen crazier things happen in the market before. See, I closed out 25% of that. These crypto assets, they're just in a beautiful trend. Let's take a look at what else was moving. So we had crypto assets moving. We had semiconductors. They just continue to blow off. We had AMD. This is a long position in our tactical portfolio, up 10.14%. There was some news that Facebook is going to be using AMD chips, I believe, in their data centers. So yeah, really nice headline. AMD is just out to new highs. It's an amazing stock. Amazing stock. This was first brought to light by one of my good friends back in like 2015. I never listened to her when this was at like $1.50. But yeah, I got on the trend eventually. This one, really good stock. AMD. Let's take a look at what else we had. We also had the cannabis names really blasting off once again on this news that, there's a Republican bill that's going to be introduced to potentially marijuana legalize. Now it's going to be potentially legalizing cannabis. So yeah, huge deal, huge innovation, and these names have just gotten so beaten down that yeah, it's a good thing to see. This MSOS cannabis ETF moved on 8.43 relative volume, but I must say the close was pretty weak here. I mean, I guess it makes sense, people getting the jitters, people just taking profits at the first sign that they're there, people trying to just get out of their cannabis positions because this has just been such an awful area of the market to be in. So yeah, definitely, I don't like that this closed below the 50-day moving average and this failed at the monthly value area. So we'll have to see how this progresses. I actually took a position in TCNNF. It's one of my favorite names within the space. I've been a shareholder in this company since it was literally like $10. It was like super cheap. TCNNF, you know, same deal. This one failed at this monthly value area high. So, you know, pretty noteworthy. We'll have to see, you know, do we get a retrace? You know, what happens here? So yeah, definitely pretty noteworthy. Let's take a look. So those cannabis names really moved. Let's see what else moved. So we had, yeah, this YOLO Cannabis ETF, also a big mover. And then KWEB, the KWEB ETF up 2.56%. This one's still in a pretty weak trend though. Let's take a look at our style factors. Style factors, we had international momentum up 0.57%. Okay, that was our best performing style factor. What the heck? And then we had cyclicals up 0.24%. We had high beta up 0.27%. You can see not really any big movers. And then the size style factor, which is essentially small caps, up 0.43%. Biggest loser for the day was high div, low vol, and defensives. So that is, you know, a good sign that, you know, we can see investors are moving into high beta cyclicals and they're exiting these super conservative areas of the market. And of course, seasonality. Seasonality, we just exited the best seasonality of the year. Now we enter a more choppy period. November can be very choppy. It can be very volatile. And you can see, you know, there's the potential for some drawdowns here as well. Let's take a quick look at the headline indices just because, you know, I usually do that every video. For whatever reason, I did not do it yet. S&P 500. Ooh, now the after hours market is open. We can see we're down 0.09%. So pretty much market's in turmoil, right? No, not at all. This is a very weak sell-off. The one thing that's super noteworthy today for the S&P 500, we had, if you take a look here, look at this red candle. Every day since this red candle, other than today, we made a new high. We took out the prior day's high. Look, like take a look. This first one took out the prior day's high. Another takeout of the high. Another one, another one, another one, another one. And today was the first day that was just an inside day. So that's also something that's pretty noteworthy in terms of, you know, potential trend change, etc. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ was down slightly. I currently have some put options on in the NASDAQ. We'll see how it goes though. NASDAQ still looks like it's in a good trend. Just getting some consolidation here. This one's down, it looks like 0.1% in the after hours market. The Russell. Oh my gosh. The Russell. Could this get all the way up to 24.91? Absolutely. I still have a runner on. In my small caps options trade, I have 20% of my position left on. And let's go over to that on my trades. So let's take a look. And we can see that. So that was another really nice one that I just took off the books today because why not? Let's take a look. You know, when the market's doing this and I'm starting to get some signals that, hey, the market looks a lot less certain. I'm seeing some yellow flags. If I have, you know, big positions on that I have like doubles, triples, you know, whatever on, I'm definitely going to close those out. So I closed out another 20% of my IWM 219 strike January 21st, 2022 calls for $27.40. I'd paid $12.84 for those. So yeah, really nice winner for me personally. And, you know, this was a 3-star trade. Another thing that I did just to clean things up, I took this pen trade the other day, which, you know, this was a poor trade. I don't know why I did this. Sometimes I think it's when you are doing pretty well and you're making money, sometimes I think your brain really sabotages you and you start to revert back to poor habits. I think that's what this pen trade was. So I identified that at 10:10 and I exited these December calls in pen for $5.80. I'd paid $6.43. So no big deal at all. You know, took it off when it was a very manageable paper cut loss. I'll put here, this trade could still work, but the name is not showing relative strength. And I want to make sure that I'm cutting laggards when I see evidence of the market overheating. And sure enough, you know, pen gaming really just slid throughout this session. Penn Gaming, yeah, look at this. It finished down over 4%, even though the IWM was up 0.31%. Yeah, I do not want to be involved in that name. I closed my positions out when this thing was pretty much trading flat, though, so that was good. So yeah, good risk management there, I must say. And then I had 2 positions in Penn, so how dumb was that? I put on 2 positions in the same name in the same day. So yeah, I closed this call spread out for 343. I paid 363 for it. So yeah, just put here for this note as well. Not participating in the small cap rally, no thank you. Because yeah, it's like, what's the point? You know, our capital, it's precious. So like, why be in names that are not rallying when the market's rallying? It just doesn't make any sense. And then I did take a put spread in the SPY. I got long the 469 by 465 put spread. Small position for me, especially when I go short into a market that's really just like ripping to the upside. You know, I don't want to put on big positions because, yeah, I really don't want to get on the wrong side of the market. And then I did add to my Bitfarms call spreads. I took some of the profits from HUT and I rolled them into Bitfarms, baby. Let's go. So I added to my position for 78 cents. This one is already marking as a nice winner for me, the 7.5 by 10 December call spread. So let's take a look at Bitfarms. Let's check it out. So look at this weekly chart. Check it out. So it just looks awesome. This is elegance, decadence, and everything in between. I was watching this weekend, my girlfriend and I were watching the cooking channel. That's one of the people on the cooking channel said, and I'm fascinated by that line ever since. Her name is Giada. It was a pretty cool show. Very, very cool. All right. Anyway, so that is Bitfarms. Bitfarms, yeah, it still looks solid, and it just started breaking out. So that's really the key there. It looks awesome. Okay, so let's take a quick look at our options order flow, and then we'll break for today. Well, let's check it out, team. And let me see how we're doing on time. Oh my gosh. All right, we're 17 minutes in. Let's do it. Let's do it quick. And we are going to our VicTech options order flow. Alrighty. Let's check it out. This video is sponsored by VicTech. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's actually not. I do have an affiliate agreement with VicTech though for their platform. I think this platform is awesome. Feel free, take a look in the description to this video if you're interested in using VicTech for your options order flow and gamma needs. I think it's really good. I use it all the time. Let's take a look. But no, they do not sponsor this video. I wish. All right, VicTech, this is our options races. Oh yeah, and I think I said I won that little like mini competition on Friday. We'll see if I actually get paid for that. Or I didn't win. I came in 3rd place. Excuse me. Yeah, for me it feels like winning because I won 300 bucks. Tesla, about 6.9 billion in flow, which is a big drop off from last week. Then we can see AMD catching a lot of flow. This BKKT, what is this thing doing? Don't tell me this thing's just ripping to the upside. Let's check it out. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, this thing is pulling back as it should be. There's no way. This thing is not worth that much money. And yeah, I traded this one for a nice winner on this initial surge here. Like a 72% winner in it. Oh yeah, and also Roblox reported earnings. So this is, I'll leave you off with this. This is another component of our tactical portfolio. I also own this one in my IRA because I'm just super enthusiastic about this company, Roblox. I think it's awesome. I think the CEO is awesome, David Baszucki. I think the concept is awesome. And I've been saying for a while, like, everyone's talking about like Facebook being in the metaverse and like, oh, which companies are in the metaverse? Matterport, MTTR, like that one, yeah, metaverse company. Roblox is the leader within the metaverse. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Roblox is setting the standard for the metaverse. So yeah, this company reported earnings, and after hours, they are trading up. They were at 77 bucks at the close. This company was actually selling off into the print. And then they really surprised to the upside on the earnings report. Now they're trading at $98.20. So I am actually going to be listening to the earnings call as soon as I jump off here. I definitely just want to hear what they said. I might actually be trading this stock tomorrow if I like what I hear. So yeah, gonna listen to this earnings report. With that being said, that about does it for this market recap video. Hope you all have an awesome rest of your night, and I will see you all tomorrow.